In this video, I'm going to be ranking the best budget cards right now in NBA 2K25 My Team on a tier list here ranging from S that does go all the way down to D tier, and we have about 60 to 65 of the best budget cards currently in My Team. All these cards are going to be under 45,000 MT, but a lot of these cards are only like 10, 15, 5,000 MT, with some ranging in like the 20 to 40k range. And yeah, I just want to rank you guys all of the best budget cards in this game so you guys can know what are the best budget cards to pick up in my team right now, and just who I think are good budget cards and maybe not so good budget cards. But there's not going to be any cards on this list that I think are necessarily horrible, just some better than the other. And we're going to start off with an S tier budget card. Trevor Booker on Xbox right now is like 25 to 30k, which I don't know if people realize how cheap this card is. I think we may have just expected him to be really expensive because all of the flash cards seem to be really expensive, but this card, like, he's 25 30k on Xbox. He's a 6'8" small forward, 6'10" wingspan, really complete stats and badges wise. His jump shot's really good. He's got the Pro 2 fade. His sigs are amazing. Like, what's the bad thing about Trevor Booker that people don't see? I think he's an amazing budget small forward, one of the best in this game. Maybe A tiers more fair because there's probably a couple better budget small forwards, but like, I think Trevor Booker is at least A, potentially going to be in the S tier category. I would say Dr. J is probably S. I do think he's a better card than Trevor Booker. I still think that jump shot is amazing. The behind the back is really good. The slashing ability is really good. So I do think Dr. J still probably an S tier budget card. Talking about Delano Banton, he's right up there, man. I think he's easily A tier. He's a 6'8" point guard with a really good jump shot. That's all you really need to know about Delano Banton. He's also got 95 speed and 95 speed with ball, so he's an extremely fast, tall point guard as well. I think he's on that verge of the S tier category. Talking about Zubac, not a huge fan of his jump shot, so I do think he's probably like B tier for me. Zubac is a good center besides his release. I just don't like his jump shot. 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan. You know, he can play the power forward position. He's going to be good defensively. It just comes down to if you like his jump shot. If you don't mind his jump shot, then this card's probably good for you, but I think realistically he's going to be like C or B just because of his jump shot not being that good. I'll probably go C tier for Zubac. Talking about Diamond Tyson Chandler, that's what I mean. I think he's probably a better card than Zubac, so that's why I wanted to, you know, free up that B tier for Tyson Chandler, because I don't think Tyson Chandler is an A tier budget card anymore, but I do think he's still very good. He plays good defense with a really solid jump shot, just a low 3-ball rating. Talking about Jonathan Kuminga, he's a solid budget card. You know, you can maybe even go like B tier, C tier for Kuminga. 6'7" at small forward, 7'1" wingspan. He's going to be a great defender. Jump shot's not my favorite. You know what, he's going to go C tier. I think he's probably alongside Zubac in the C tier category. Talking about Pink Diamond Beasley, easily the best budget card in this entire game. I don't even know how he's considered a budget card. Well, like, I don't know how he dropped to this low of a price. He's literally 33,000 MT on Xbox. He was 30k yesterday. I have no idea how that happened because this card is just so good for that price. I mean, you can't get better as a budget card than Michael Beasley. His jump shot is still the best jump shot in this game, in my personal opinion. Miles Turner, I feel like, is also an S tier budget card. He's a little bit more on the expensive side. He's like 40 to 45k. I think right now he might be 50k, but he's normally around like 45 to 50,000 MT. I do think he's really good for that price though. I mean, maybe a little bit more expensive than a budget card, but he's right around that price. He's so good defensively with a really good jump shot. Jaren Jackson Jr., very close to S tier. I don't know if I can go S. I think he's going to be very high A though. He's a great defensive card. He's basically just Miles Turner with a slightly worse jump shot in my opinion, and slightly worse defensively. You know, also a little bit shorter in game, but I do think he's very good at the power forward position. Anthony Morrow, he's solid. He's an okay budget card. Like, he's just decent, you know, in the B tier jump shot. B tier, he does have a good jump shot. I'd say that's the best thing about Anthony Morrow. Talking about Walker Kessler, I think he's really good. I do like his jump shot. He's basically just Zubac with a way better jump shot and also a better defender. I think if you're looking for a budget center, Walker Kessler is one of the best in this game, but I don't know if he's S tier just because there's so many good budget cards right now in my team. Talking about Rudy Gay, I feel like A tier is also a fair spot for Rudy Gay. Even though his stats might not look the greatest, his jump shot is still really good. He's still got solid dribble sigs. He's still a great slashing card, and I think once we get like a Dark Matter Rudy Gay, which I could definitely see coming out soon, like, I would not be surprised if we get like a Dark Matter Rudy Gay in and out of position set this Friday, where he can play the point guard position and he'll be insanely overpowered. But yeah, I do think Rudy Gay really good at the small forward position, especially now that he's like 40,000 MT or below. Talking about Bobby Portis, I think this is a solid budget card. I don't think he's as good as like Jaren Jackson Jr. or Walker Kessler as a big man, but I do think Bobby Portis is sort of underrated. I really like his jump shot, and I do think he plays good defense in game for a power forward. especially as, his size only 6'10". A lot of Divock, I feel like for me is probably low A tier. He's not as good as Walker Kessler in my opinion. He's not as good as Jaren Jackson Jr., but I do think he's better than Tyson Chandler, and I feel like a fair spot for him is going to be an A tier. Gobert, I think, is B. He's like on the same levels like a Tyson Chandler. Both don't have necessarily great jump shots. I think Tyson Chandler's release is a lot better, but Rudy Gobert is probably a better defensive card. He's taller. At least I think he's taller, right? Is he 7'1", or do they have Gobert at 7 foot? I think Gobert's 7'1" in 2K. Yeah, 7'1" with a 7'8" wingspan. He is an insane defensive card, but only a 67 3 ball and not that great of a jump shot. I think B tier is probably fair for Rudy Gobert. Eddie Curry, I do like this card. I think A tier is fair for him. He's got a good jump shot if you're able to time it, and I do think his defense is really, really good. Pink Diamond Jonathan Bender for me is probably also A tier. He's not S tier anymore, but he is a 7-foot small forward with a really good jump shot, a very fast release. Again, for a 7-foot small forward card is insane for under 10,000 MT. Talking about Anthony Black, I would say because of his jump shot, I don't know. He's probably like high B tier or low A. I think I'm going to go low A tier for Anthony Black. He does play extremely good defense, and he's a 6'7" point guard, which is super beneficial. OG Anunoby, I think B tier is probably fair for. Not a huge fan of his jump shot, but he's a good two-way card. He's really good defensively and a really good slashing shooting guard. Talking about Keegan Murray, probably B tier as well. Not as good as Rudy Gay, Jonathan Bender, but he's probably better than Jonathan Kuminga. Talking about Matisse Thybulle, this card, I don't know about this card. I mean, he is really good defensively. He's probably realistically C, because if we take a look at Matisse Thybulle here on 2KDB, only 6'5" at shooting guard, 6'10" wingspan, is really good defensively. Jump shot, not a huge fan of, doesn't have many dribble sigs. I think realistically, he's going to have to be in C tier. Matt Barnes is B. I think he's still a good budget card. He's still got a good jump shot, very quick, and is a great defender. Talking about Jeff Green, he seems like also another B tier budget card. Very solid at the small forward position. Doesn't do necessarily anything bad, but also doesn't do necessarily anything like unbelievable best budget card in the game. Ricky Davis, I feel like you have to go S, man. He is still so good at the shooting guard position. His jump shot is still amazing in the catch and shoot. He's still got the Garland dribble style. He's still a great slashing card, and I think he's on that same level as a Pink Diamond Dr. J. Wendell Carter Jr., pretty much same ranking as like Bobby Portis, where they're just good. They're just good cards. Like, they play good defense. They have nice jump shots. They're easy to green with. They're very solid budget cards. Sasha, I would say, is pretty much on the same ranking as Anthony Black. I think they're very similar at the point guard position. Talking about Jared Wallace, this is a really good budget card. I would say A tier for Jared Wallace. He plays extremely good defense. He's got a nice, good catch and shoot jump shot. Talking about Ryan Hollins, he's actually not that bad. Ryan Hollins is solid. I'm going to put him in B tier. Talking about Antoine Jameson, got to throw that card in A as well. Kind of on the same ranking as like a Jared Wallace, a Rudy Gay. I think Antoine Jameson has an elite level jump shot and is very good defensively. Khalil Ware, you still got to put in A tier. I mean, he's better than Bobby Portis. He's better than Wendell Carter Jr., Tyson Chandler, those type of cards at the center power forward position. He's got a really good player model. He blocks a lot of shots, and he does have a nice jump shot. Stacey Augment, probably one of the weaker budget cards in this list. I do think he's going to be in C tier, but he's not bad. He's 6'8" at the shooting guard position. Thabo Sefolosha, really good defensive card. I think A tier is probably fair for him. He's really good on the perimeter defensively and does have a nice jump shot. Jalen Rose, also not a huge fan of. I think he's going to be in C tier. Talking about KPJ, he's a solid point guard. I think he's probably more so on the ranking of like an Anthony Morrow in the B tier category. Carlos Boozer, another really good small forward on the same ranking as like a Jared Wallace and Antoine Jameson, a Rudy Gay. He's got a great jump shot. He's good defensively, especially on the interior. And I like Carlos Boozer as a budget card. Drazen Petrovic is undersized at shooting guard. I think realistically he's going to have to be in C tier. Hakeem is pretty much just like Tyson Chandler, good defenders with solid jump shots. Frank Kaminsky, probably also B tier. I think he's got a good jump shot. He's also 7'1" and can play power forward with a really nice release. I think Jonathan Isaac, because of his defense, is probably an A tier. Yes, his jump shot is not great, but his defense is top tier, and he's 6'11" at the small forward position. Rocco is S. I don't care what anybody says. Rocco is just unbelievable, man. Rocco is insane at the shooting guard position. He is great defensively. He's 6'9" at shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan with a really good catch and shoot jump shot. I seriously love that Pink Diamond Rocco card. Talking about Reggie Lewis, probably like the worst budget card on this list. Not to say that he's necessarily horrible, but I just don't really see it with Reggie Lewis. Amor Caspi is amazing. I think Amor Caspi is A. He's a 6'9" 2 guard with an elite level jump shot, tray escape. He's actually a really good card, and he also does feel extremely fast in game. Talking about Shane Battier, he's okay, probably on the same ranking as like a B tier card and shooting guard, like an OG Anunoby. He's a decent 2 guard. Larry Nance, he's probably C tier to be completely honest. Talking about Pink Diamond Dyson Daniels, he is so amazing defensively. I think he's got to be S tier, man. He is like the best budget point guard in this game by quite a bit. You know, 6'7" at point guard, 6'11" wingspan, 99 steal, 97 perimeter, 92 block, 90 interior defense, tons of good Hall of Fame defensive badges. He's got tons of Devin Booker dribble sigs. He's also got a nice jump shot. I mean, Dyson Daniels is one of the best budget cards in this game, easily going in that S tier category. Talking about Caruso, I think he's probably also S. I think he's better than Delano Banton. He's better than any point guard that will have like Anthony Black in the A tier category. I don't think he's as good as Dyson, and he is a little bit more expensive, kind of on that same price range as Miles Turner, but I do think he's really good defensively and one of the best budget cards in this entire game. Gotta throw him in S tier. Talking about Hassan Whiteside, I like this card. I do like him quite a bit. I think he's like a better Rudy Gobert, better Tyson Chandler. Gonna throw him in like low A tier. Kobe White, not a huge fan of. I think realistically gonna throw Kobe White in. Am I crazy to throw him in D tier, man? I do not like that Kobe White card. I never really did. Dante Exum is good. I think Dante Exum is probably a B tier budget card. Kristaps, you still got to throw this card in A. He's still got a really good jump shot, 7'2" center. He's got to be an A tier budget card. Poku's good. I think Poku's probably like C tier. Dean Wade's probably B tier. I like this card's jump shot quite a bit. I think Poku you could probably throw in B tier as well. AJ Johnson is really good. I think he's kind of on that same ranking as like an Anthony Morrow. They have very similar jump shots because Anthony Morrow's base is AJ Johnson. So I do think they're very similar cards at the point guard position. Pat Burke is actually really good. I think Pat Burke is probably a B tier budget card. I think Brogdon's really good. I think Brogdon's A tier. I like his jump shot. He's got the Pro 2 fade with very solid dribble sigs. Hartenstein is okay. His jump shot's a little bit wonky, but I do think he's probably C tier. Kyle Korver, 6'7" 2 guard with a good jump shot. I think B tier is a fair spot for Korver. Derek Jones Jr., not a huge fan of. Gonna throw him in D tier. Pod's not a huge fan of. Gonna throw him in D tier as well. Justice Winslow I think is good. I think he's realistically going to be in C. Dalton Connect, I do not like that card whatsoever. Gonna throw Dalton Connect in the D tier category. Now I will say Dino is probably an S tier budget card. He is so amazing at the power forward position. So is Tyler Hansbrough. I think he's also going to be an S. I would say he's the best budget small forward in this game after Michael Beasley, and Dino after Miles Turner is probably the next best budget power forward in this game. He is so good defensively. So is Tyler Hansbrough with a really good jump shot. And then guys, the final card on this budget card tier list is going to be Andre Roberson, and he's really good defensively, but he does lack a good jump shot. I'll still throw him in A tier because of his defense. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for my budget card tier list. Let me know what you guys think down below. I wanted to only keep S tier to like the best of the best budget cards. So there's probably a lot of cards in A you can move up to S tier if you guys wanted to. But those are like, to me, the top, like, I think we have 9 cards in S. Those are like the top 9 cards. So maybe I could throw one more in to make it like the top 10 budget cards. I'll throw Trevor Booker. I'll throw Trevor Booker in the S tier category just to make it the top 10 budget cards in this game in S. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about my tier list down below. Let me know what you guys would change about it. Let me know if there's any budget cards that I missed on this list that you guys think are really good. And let me know what you guys would change. And let me know what budget cards you guys are rocking on your squads. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.